Hello. You know, I never watched the streams back. I wonder if all of those squeaky sounds that come from the mic when I move it can be heard or not. I hope not, because they sound really shit. Anyway, let me give a little bit of time like usual. Let me give a little bit of time. In the meantime, let me pull up my analytics. Meta ads manager. Let me pull up something else that I will need, which is where? It's here, 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 here. There's that. Cool. So going to be a quick update today. Not much really happened. But I'm tired. We're getting so close now that it's a little nerve-wracking. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't nerve-wracking. That's for sure. Hello, hey, Cheese Grater Dragons. That is a cool name. I'm gonna check your channel. You're getting audited. Okay, not much goes on your channel. Okay. Cheese Grater Dragons. How'd you come up with that one? Tell me, I'm curious. I don't know. Okay, so I'm assuming it's one of those I'm 12 years old kind of names. Like it just happened and now you're going to be stuck with it for the rest of your life. That's probably it. Yep. I made the same mistake when I was younger. I actually ended up deleting the email address that I made when I was younger, and that was a horrible mistake. I thought I had saved everything that was important from that email, but I did not. And I ended up losing some information, which I found out like a couple of years later, which I would have really liked to have. Don't delete emails, ever. It's not a good idea. You only serve to lose something. Hi, loser. Nice. That's the first time somebody has sent that message. Nice. First time for everything. How do you pronounce that name? But don't time me out. I don't get enough viewers to be timing people out unless they're like extremely annoying. Like if somebody spams and doesn't stop when I ask them to stop, or if somebody is like very inappropriate, I don't care about anything else though. Like I wouldn't time out someone or ban them unless they gave me a good reason to. Like you can call me whatever you want. I really don't care. As long as it's not like super inappropriate, then you're good. I'm not a pansy. You can't affect my feelings that easily. Anyway, might as well get into the statistics then. What should we start with? Let's start with the ad, because usually we start with the analytics. So let's do the ad this time. I made a new ad creative to add to our campaign for testing. So I will share with it here. Sorry, that was my brother. Yeah, of course it was. How convenient. Very classic. You play Roblox. I don't play games. This is not a gaming channel. Sorry, brother. I don't know why YouTube recommends it to people who watch gaming channels. I genuinely do not understand. Sometimes it gets the right audience, but other times it doesn't. So I don't know what really causes that. It's a bit strange. Hey, Syed. Abbas? Is that how you say that? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. None to complain about, really. I'm alive. I have all of my limbs. My brain is still fully functioning. I have no mental disorders. No serious sicknesses, so it's all good. Oh, sad face. Yeah, sorry. This is not for you, unfortunately. Unless you want to learn how to build a business, then this might be for you. That's cool. Yeah, it is very cool. I'm very happy that all of those things are true. I hope they're true for you as well. Close. Okay, how do you pronounce it then? Do you think you could type it out phonetically in a way I would understand? Every time I see a foreign name, I always assume that the pronunciation is just like flat. So it wouldn't be something like a base. I always imagine be something like Abbas or Abbas, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. You'd have to try to explain it to me. Unfortunately, sending voice messages is not a feature yet. Imagine how crazy that would be if they made comment sections accept voice notes. Wouldn't that be cool? It'd be insane, but it'd be really funny. I really wish they allowed that. But I'm 9 years old. I mean, look, brother, I have seen like a 12-year-old that has a multi-million-dollar business. So you're never too young to start. You know, start looking into it. The earlier you start, honestly, the better the better of a position you'll be in, because you're going to save a lot of time in your life. You're at your peak learning years right now. You can learn the most amount of information, the easiest it'll ever be. So you're really not too young for it if it's interesting to you. But it's probably not interesting to you. That's the main problem. Certainly wasn't interesting to me at that age. It wasn't interesting to me until I got to like 19. So. No, not really. I can't. Sorry. Okay. Did you try at least? You just have no idea how to do it. Hello, can you help me if my girlfriend and she won't talk to me? I don't know why she keeps hanging up my friend. I don't know why. I just feel like she's cheating on me. Brother, you're 9 years old. There's plenty of fish in the sea. I know it's painful, but be a man and get over it. Let me give you a piece of advice you can keep with you for life. Women don't like to be chased. Now, I don't know if the same logic applies to little girls. I wouldn't know. But women in general tend to not like being chased. If you appear desperate and you appear too sad and like you're always trying to get her attention, always trying to talk to her, it's going to drive her further away from you. So what you should do is just focus on yourself, you know, learn more things, learn how to be a better communicator, more charismatic, take care of yourself more, learn more skills, and just focus on yourself and girls will come to you. So just don't worry about it. Life will go on. What's the thing in the back? 15 days. That's how much time I have to make money from this business, or I'm cooked and I have to go back to living with my mom. What I want to know is how a 12-year-old's making multi-millions. Look, business is a skill. People really try to lie to you and tell you that like you have to have some kind of special brain for it, or you have to have millions to be able to invest, or you have to take loans, whatever. It's all bullshit. All you need is a little bit of investment, very little. You really don't need a lot. You need enough to have like a website, an email address, and like a couple other bits and pieces. You don't need a lot of money. And other than that, it's just a skill. You just need to practice it. You just need to put a lot of effort into it. You know, just it's a skill like anything else. If you do 5 years of playing football or something, or basketball, you're going to get really good, right? Same with business. You do 5 years of learning how business functions, how to do marketing or whatever service it is that you provide, you're going to get good at it. So it's literally just that the kid was very interested from a very young age, started learning all the stuff, had good influences in his life, maybe had some connections which could teach him some stuff, built up a skill, learned how business functions, and started selling. That's it. It's really not as hard as you think, and it's not as hard as people say. It's hard, but it's not as hard as people say. Oh, damn. I mean, if you don't want to go to your mom. No, I definitely don't want to go back to living with my parents. Definitely not. Well, my mother. Yes. Definitely not. 100% not. Don't want to go back. Because it would also be extremely embarrassing because she thinks I still have a job. She doesn't know that I don't. So that would also be another problem. And I hate living with her in that house. It's horrendous. So hope this works. Thank you. I hope so too. No offense. Why would that offend me? You hope it works? No offense. but no, okay, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, I'm in a fucked position. Yes. So I really want this to work. Anyway, yo, dude, I'm back. Welcome back. Anyway, hey, Sajal. How do you pronounce your first name? So, the way you pronounce it with an English pronunciation is Deborahs, but my name in my language is pronounced Deborahs. But it doesn't make sense to like be talking in an English accent or like a normal accent, like English speaking accent. And just drop my name in its original pronunciation in there. Flows kind of weird, so I have the Englishified version. And usually I just go by Dev. Easier. Most people call me Dev. Let us take a look at our ad. Here it is. Here's our new ad creative. I made this, I launched it today. It's a little different from the other ones. Did a little bit of a different setup, different style. The messaging is mainly the same. Look, the thing is, when you're doing testing for ads, you don't want to change multiple variables at a time. I realize this. Because I had some text here that was like with customers who show up on time, aren't a headache to work with, whatever else. But I had to remove that, otherwise this calendar wouldn't fit. And I couldn't figure out how to like make it fit nicely in this format. So I did get rid of it. Not ideal. You don't want to test multiple things, you know, at different times, but whatever. Look, you're gonna have to break the rules sometimes. Oh yeah, my name is like American language of people saying it. That is perfect. That is probably the best one I've heard from what country you're in. What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand. Makes sense. Are you from the US because your accent is kind of American? No, I'm not from the US, and my name is very foreign. So, why would US parents name me such a foreign name? My surname is clearly not American either. No, I'm originally from Lithuania. But I grew up in Ireland. So that's our ad. Let's take a look at our ad campaign results. I only launched this ad like recently, so it hasn't really been given any budget yet. But I'll go through the full ad set results instead of individual. Like you said, please say it again. My name or your name? So, results from our ad campaign. 30 leads, which is actually more like 25. Reach is 4,447. Frequency 2.34, a bit high. That's why I'm adding new ads into it. Cost per result 1672. Really, it's closer to 20. Amount spent 500 euro, 501 euro 53 cents. Impressions is 10,418. CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, is 48 euro 16 cents. Link clicks 154. Click-through rate 1.48%. And landing page views 107. So let's check our landing page conversion rate. It is about 25 leads divided by 107, 23%, which is still fine. My name. Okay, I'm gonna say it in multiple pronunciations. Abbas, Abbas, Abus, Abase. Those are the only ones I can think of. Need to make more ad creatives to dump into this. I need to keep finishing my... Fourth is the best and closest. A base? Was that the one I said last? What's different about it? Which part should I pronounce differently? Yeah, that's the rest of those results. Ah, fuck my email campaign. No, no, don't tell me some people ended it. I forgot to update my email campaign. Fuck. No, one person left it. God damn it. Pause. Son of a bitch. Fuck. I hate when they leave the automation because then I can't put them back in it. Fuck's sake. Ah, god damn it. Why? Why? Son of a bitch. Ugh. Whatever. Like the A is different. So it's not what is it, like A? A base? Hey, Ellebeck. Kamal, you are from. I am from. Somewhere, yeah. No, okay. Is it like eh? A base? No. 3? The fuck does that mean? Give me a word in English where the A is pronounced in that word the same as it is at the start of your name. Ah, god damn it, I have to write this freaking email, bro. Why did he leave? What am I gonna do about it? It's different for me to you. What? Kristen, what? Yeah, I feel like what as well. It's different for me because I'm Arabic. But okay, but is it like what other ways is there to pronounce the letter A? A, E, A, A. That's all I can think of. Like, what other way is there to pronounce A? It's different. How is it different? Like a form sounding A? I have no clue. Lem? Like a ach? Hi, I'm Ewan from Denmark. Cool. What's the story in Denmark? I have an uncle that lives there. I've never been to Denmark though. It's different, just forget it. I want to get it now. Like, I'm curious. What's different about it? How? Like, is there really no way to explain it? How about, is it, can you text the letter in the, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted. Give me the letter. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce it. Ain. That's what the letter is called. Constrict the middle of your throat and pull back your tongue backwards, creating a voiced guttural sound? Bro, what? The bag of your throat. Hey, bro, I'm back. How was today? It was all right. Didn't get to do as much as I wanted. I showed my ad that I made. I made a new ad. Hold on. I have to listen to this.
Right now, I want to talk about the beautiful and delicious letter Ain, which is one of the more distinctive sounds that we have in the Arabic language, and one that perhaps undeservedly has a reputation for being a bit more challenging than some of the other sounds we need to learn and control. The sound of an Ain is a voiced constriction of the throat. It sounds like this. Ah.
Ah. Ah.
And to make it where it use like this. Ah.
Ah. That's a very weird pronunciation. Ah. How do you even say that with your name? Base? Base? That's very hard to say. Is that right? Am I close at least? It is a German phlegm sound. Yes. Nice. Fuck, man, that's hard to say. That is very hard to say. So close. Okay, like almost there, but close enough, maybe? I don't know. Ah. Like, ah. 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 Base. I'm trying, man. Give me a second. I'm going to turn on the AC. They're trying to get an American to roll an R. Man, it's just, it's hard to use sounds you've never once used in your life before. I have a lot, like, we have a lot of really weird pronunciations as well in Lithuanian that are, like, very subtle for a lot of our vowels. And people really struggle to pronounce the words correctly. Like in the middle, change it to a sound. But, fuck, I don't even know what that means. Like, I? Like, I? I don't know what you mean. I feel like I'm about to, like, start choking while I'm trying to pronounce it. A lot of Americans can't pronounce rolling R sounds except South Americans. Yeah, I have heard of this. Yeah. You guys can't do that. Get fucked. Between the B and A. I base. I base. I can't do it, brother. I'd have to hear you say it to mimic it. Sound you make when you're puking helps every time. But that's too guttural. That's like, you know. I don't even know if the microphone picked that up. Like Arnold. Like that. Get to the chopper now. It's so cool that my message is being read because all the another streamers, they never get read. Most people are playing games, so the messages kind of scroll by and they don't get to get through them. And also they have way more people, so perfect. Thanks. I need to write this email. What email are we gonna write today, fellas? Let's see. What was the last one? I saw a comedy skit where Arnold was a museum curator and everything was just weapon and bullet themed. I love Arnold memes, man. I saw one before that was him like singing some kind of song. Can't remember what song it was, but it was really funny. It's so hard for Americans to pronounce Arabic names. Well, I'm not American. I imagine anybody who is not American would... anybody who's not Arabic would struggle to pronounce that. Because the pronunciation is so different. But I would assume you can't pronounce my language either. Like I said, we have very subtle changes in some of the vowels. You're a nice guy. I'm subbing now. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do? You in school, work, college? What's your deal? Seen another one where Arnold is in charge of a pizzeria and he kept adding bullets as toppings. Would you like some more bullets? Fuck that one up a bit. How do you say bullets in his voice? Bullet, bullet. I can't do it. So I say yours as well. You should try some like other words. My name is quite easy to say actually, but like I said, we have some very weird pronunciations. Like let me try to think of some subtle differences between like the Latin language. We have a weird sound for E. It's like eh. Like eh. Eh. Kind of like a sheep. Bleh, bleh, you know? Like madness. For some reason, people really struggle to pronounce that whenever I tell them to. Where is my email nurture? My last name is weird because my last name changed to the language I'm talking to people in. What? What do you mean? Your surname's Farmer, is it not? I'm about to go to bed because it's late, but now, but I just stay up. Yeah, you should go to bed, man. What time is it? Where are you from? Do you know the country Lebanon? Yeah, I know of it. I don't know anything about it. What are we building? Digital marketing agency. We're just going through like some stats and stuff. Already went through them. Now I need to write an email because I'm actually out of my nurture emails. Oh yeah, you said you're from Denmark. So what time is it in Denmark? It's probably around the same time as now, right? Like 9:30? Denmark is probably the same time. Let me check. It is, yeah. Same time as me. What do you mean 1 p.m.? Denmark. Fuck, it's 9:30. What are you talking about? Unless there's a second Denmark I don't know about. Nice. Yeah, it's all right. We have 15 days before I run out of money, so it's got its ups and downs. What was the last email? The secret to closing more jobs. Fuck's sake, I really need to stay ahead of these damn nurture emails. I can't believe I forgot. So annoying. Now I have another lead that left it. I hate that I can't just add them into like specific steps. It's really annoying. How to give your price without the awkward silence? Why you're running out of money marketing? Well, I built everything from scratch. Like literally from the beginning. And I moved and I quit my job. I moved to a different country, been living off my savings trying to make the business work. So now I'm just at a place where all of the, like, I had to pay a lot of bills. I've been living here for a while and I'm starting to run out of savings. So I'm trying to make some money before I run out completely. I got you, understood. Yeah. Let me read this email. Let's be real. The part most contractors dread is saying the price out loud. Too many either blurt it out nervously, then wait in silence, or apologize before they even say it. Both kill trust. Thing is, homeowners don't just buy on price; they buy the context around it. What's your tech stack? Well, I'm actually I'm not programming anything. I just learned how marketing works, how business works, how to run Facebook ads. For websites, I'm using Webflow. For my website backend, I'm using make.com. That's about it. That's the only tech stack I have, really. It's Europe, bro. It's very late. You're making me think you're not from Denmark because I'm in the same time zone. It's 9:30 p.m. right now. My English, I'm English. My last name is Farmer. In Spanish, it's Granjero. In Chinese, it would be a third think. What? Did that not, like, did that autocorrect weird? In Japanese would be a fourth. Well, that's if you assume the actual word changes. But like the actual name, because it's a name, it stays the same, right? If you take it as like a word, then yeah. 10:30 here in Lebanon. Nice. Oh, you're from Lebanon. That's why you were asking me about Lebanon. Okay. Any changes to cultural occupation? All right, if you say so. What are we selling to customers in the lead generation email? So the email that I'm talking about writing is a nurture email for people who have entered my system inbound. So it's not I'm not selling in the email. This isn't a cold email. I'm actually running ads right now with the last of my budget. Theoretically, yes, but people have no idea what farmer is. All right, I can see that. Okay, I think you're right. So what do you mean you think I'm right, brother? Like, if you're in Denmark, you should be able to look at the time right now on your phone, your computer, whatever, and it should say the time. So what are you talking about? Are you lying? What's the product? The product is a complete client acquisition system. So we would do run their ads, you know, and script and edit their ads. We would build their landing pages for people to be able to opt in, so they get their own like website landing page that's transferred to them, and it's like a fully built one. They wouldn't have to pay a maintenance fee for it. I would upload it to Netlify. They'd be able to host it for free. Then we do their email marketing as well to try and get people who booked in to convert, and we would do their appointment setting as well. So it's basically we get the leads by running ads, getting people to opt in, getting people to convert from email, and then we give them we set them appointments as well. Like I'll tell my name is Farmer, they say, "Oh, you mean Granjero?" And so they just title. Fuck, I missed it. There's a mosquito. God damn it. So they just title me Farmer in their language. Okay, fair enough. Yo, I gotta go. All right, good night, man. Yeah, it's 9:28. Okay. All right. Can you say bye? Yes. Bye. Good night. Yes, I can. Okay, I don't really like the idea of this email, personally. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Let me rewrite it though, because I don't like the way it's structured. Let's be real, the part most contractors dread is saying the price out loud. Too many either blurt it out nervously, then wait in silence, or apologize before they even say it. Both kill trust. Thing is, homeowners don't just buy the price, they buy the context around the price. Here's a simple 3-step formula to make pricing feel natural and powerful. 1, anchor with the outcome. Before you say the number, remind them of the dream result. So what we're talking about here is a kitchen you'll be proud to cook in, with cabinets that don't peel and countertops that actually last. Step 2, state the price confidently. Say it clear, no hesitation. Example, the investment for this is $18,400. Not it costs, not the price is, investment. Then shut up and wait for their response. 3, frame the value. Show how your offer reduces pain, saves time, or protects their home long term. And unlike cheaper options, you won't be redoing this in 3 years. Done right once and it lasts. When you follow this, you're not just dropping a number. You're showing the logic behind the investment. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that part. I should say, your move today, practice saying your price out loud using this 3-step formula. Do it until you can say it without hesitation. Confidence sells. Let me show you the exact script we use to present pricing. Want me to show you the exact script we use to present pricing so homeowners nod instead of flinch? Click here to... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Hey man, how's it going? A little late today. That's all good. Hi again, Kirsten. I thought it said Kristen at first. It says Kirsten. Hey, Pod Clips, best podcast moments. Is that so? Let me take a quick look at your channel. No, I meant you started streaming late. Oh, yeah. Way to blame it on me. Would have been nice if you were just like, I was a little late. Yeah, my streaming schedule is all over the spot right now. What can you do? You don't have many podcast clips on your channel, bruv. But yeah, my schedule is kind of all over the place. What's the status where you're at now? We're in the process of getting clients. We have an ad campaign running. We're just making more ads and making more value emails and trying to help as many of our leads as possible. So we're in that process. Yo, I need to ask, what do you use for the setup? I got to start recording more YouTube videos. How detailed do you want it to be? Do you want me to just tell you the recording software, or do you want to know my equipment as well? The equipment is a bit overkill. I have most of it from my older days because I used to have another YouTube channel, like when I was like 16. Ah, that was like fucking almost 8 years ago at this point. Damn. But yeah, this email is okay. Let me send email. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate email. Remove step. Copy step. Paste. This is gonna be blueprint nurture 21. How to give your price without the awkward silence. Copy email. Let me paste this. Bam. Change font to Arial. Font size to 16. Replace the dots with a bulleted list. And change the color of you to blue. There we are. Hey, Skull Kid, what's up? What do you work with? What do you mean, what do I work with? Can you elaborate? I have a tripod and I just use my phone to record, and I have a decent mic. So what do you want to hear from me? What do you want me to tell you? It's weird with coronavirus. It's weird to think it's been 5 years. Seems like the whole thing went by so fast. Man, I can't believe I've been living here for almost a year. Time really does fly when you're not, you know, doing a lot of varied activity. That reminds me of those fucking digital passport things going around in the UK right now, and everybody's petitioning against it, which is good. We do not need digital passports. If people start accepting digital passports, you're basically signing away your freedom forever. Don't do it, ever. Horrible idea. So here's email. Hi, first name, let's be real. The part most contractors dread is saying the price out loud. Too many either blurt it out nervously, then wait in silence, or apologize before they even say it. Both kill trust. Thing is, homeowners don't just buy the price, they buy the context around the price. Here's a simple 3-step formula to make pricing feel natural and powerful. First, anchor with the outcome. Before you say the number, remind them of the dream result. Example, so what we're talking about here is a kitchen you'll be proud to cook in, with cabinets that don't peel and countertops that actually last. 2, state the price confidently. Say it clear, no hesitation. Example, the investment for this is $18,400. Notice, not it just costs, not the price is, but investment. I'll add a but there. I think it makes more sense with a but. Buts are always awesome in every regard. Then shut up and wait for their response. 3, frame the value. Show how your offer reduces pain, saves time, or protects their home long term. Example, and unlike cheaper options, you won't be redoing this in 3 years. Done right once, and it lasts. Done right once, and yeah, actually that makes more sense. Your move today. Practice saying your price out loud using this 3-step formula. Do it until you can say it without hesitation. Confidence sells. Talk soon. My name. Making client getting easy. Founder, Serpicorp. P.S. Want me to show you the exact script we use to present pricing so homeowners nod instead of flinch? Click here to book your walkthrough. And then the link is blueprint apply. Yes. Save. and unpause. Actually, I'm gonna send a quick test. I like to test most of the emails just to make sure that they're actually being sent appropriately. Let's see. I'm just gonna check real quick. I'll get to the messages in just a second. Looks good. Okay. That's fine. Active. I need to remember to keep ahead of these. I missed it a couple times. I had like 3 people leave my automation by mistake, which is really annoying because I don't know how to put them back in it. But whatever. Not a huge deal. It sucks, but it's not a huge deal. On Monday, I'm going to reach out to everybody with like a reminder. And I'm going to be like, you know, hey, you still interested in this? Yada, yada. So that might help. Do I need to add the light in the back like you have right now? I can give you a complete lighting setup. Basically, what you want, minimum, is to have a light that's at around a 45-degree angle to your left or your right. That's going to be your main light. You want to, at the very least, have that. If you have more lights, what you can do is you can put one to the opposite side, slightly behind you. So it's like if I have my light here, I would have another one around here pointing at my head. Slightly from behind. Not exactly at like a 45-degree angle like this one, but a little bit less. More like a 30, 20-degree angle. I actually don't do that usually because I have my window open and I stream most of the time in the middle of the day, so the window acts as that light. And you can also do this with windows, like if you don't have key lights as well. I have a really big shining light here. If you don't have one like that, you can do it in front of a window. Just set yourself at an angle to an open window, which gets a lot of sunlight. Then the second light would go there if you have a spare one. Then you can have a third light as well, which is also around that kind of portion. And it's a colored light. So it gives a little bit of a texture, not texture, but like a nice outline of a color around your body, like there. I don't have that, and I just don't really care about having it, but it's another thing that can add visual, you know, pizzazz. You'd just have basically, if I have a light there, for example, that's blue, that's shining from behind me to me, you'd see a blue outline from the top down to my left, so it could make it look more 3D. And then the backlights are more to light up the background to make it look like there's more space behind me. The whole point of lighting, what makes lighting good, is the closer you can get to making whatever space you're in look 3-dimensional. That's the whole point of it. So you're doing this and like then the back angle because it helps your body pop more because you have a little bit of light behind you and a little bit in front, and then the background lights are more to create depth. You don't need it. Like you can get away with just the key light. Like if you just face yourself 45-degree angles to a window, it's good enough to start with. Like if I turn off these lights, you're going to see the quality gets worse, but it's still fine. It's not like a huge deal. They just help lighten the mood a little bit. Where do you live in Europe? I live in Madrid. Sorry, not in Madrid, in Spain. I said Madrid because the time zone I use is Madrid. I don't live in Madrid. I just live in Spain. It's like Americans not wanting to use free public education but turn around and demand free healthcare. You guys have free public education? Is that true? I didn't know that. What software do you use to record? OBS. And it's what pretty much every single YouTuber and streamer uses. It is the de facto best recording software. And it's free. So. And you want the key light to be like coming from upwards? Yeah, it's a 45-degree angles. It's a 45-degree angle in both ways. So it's a 45-degree angle to your body, and then you lift it up and you angle it a 45-degree downwards. So my light right now is like pointing at me. How do I show this with my arms bending like this? It's pointing at me like this. Like 45-degree angle somewhere up here. but it's like an arm's length away. I can touch it. Would the software still help just record a YouTube even? I don't. Oh yeah, no, it's like the best for streaming and recording. And it's the best software. There's a possibility your computer, like if your computer is too shit, might not be able to run it because it's a little more demanding than some others, but it has the most customizability. It runs the best. It's just the best in general. It's not super complicated to use either. Like you use a tutorial, you'll learn it in like 10 minutes. It's quite easy. It looks complicated because there's a lot of settings, and it does take a little bit to get used to know what like some of the settings do. But once you get the hang of it, it's really not that hard. Nice. I was in Spain like 2 years ago in auto camper in Barcelona. Nice. Sounds good. I actually haven't traveled much around Spain. I'm kind of just sticking to where I live. I haven't seen much. I don't get out of the house often because I'm so busy with this. I'm really hoping when I get to make some money finally that I can just take a little bit of a break, like at least a couple days off, and just go to the mountains or something and get away from all this tech. I get tired of sitting in front of a computer screen. How has living in Spain been for you? It's okay. It's really hot here, which I prefer over it being really cold. I lived in Ireland where I was constantly really, really cold. Because the weather, like, it's very windy there all the time, and the wind is cold, and it rains all the time, and it was depressing. I like that it's sunny here all the time, and I prefer being too hot than too cold. So I'm dealing with it fine. But yeah, very beautiful place. Like, outside of my house and out my windows, I can see the sea. I can see the mountains. It's very beautiful here. Whenever I would travel to the airport, it's just, it feels like I'm in some kind of like fantasy land because everywhere is just the what's the word? The landscape is just so beautiful. How would you go about posting? I thought the video would do at least like 100 to 200 views. You mean your are you posting horizontal videos or shorts? Let me check your channel. Bro, you have one video posted 4 days ago. What do you expect? What did you think was gonna happen? you have one video posted 4 days ago. Brother, the YouTube algorithm has no clue who you are and what you're doing. It doesn't even know who to show it to. The thumbnail is fine, looks very professional. It's not I feel like it's not very attractive of a concept, though. It's a very good thumbnail, but it's not very eye-grabbing for me personally. Like, I would imagine people who would want a resume screener would be a very small audience. And another thing that, like, resume screener, automated hiring, I feel like saying automated hiring would be a better hook than resume screener, because those are kind of obscure words. But yeah, brother, you need consistency on YouTube. Like, don't worry so much about the first few videos do. Just try to be consistent. Post at least once a week, and the more you post, the better. But like, you need to give the video time. Unless you have the only videos which can do really, really well on YouTube from the get-go are either videos with extremely unique content, which is very shareable or relatable, which happens occasionally. But if you want it to be more guaranteed, picking an extremely popular topic. Something like, what's a good one? Like visual storytelling content, historical content does extremely well as well. If you find an interesting history subject and you explain it with drawings in an interesting way, those videos do extremely well. Video game storytelling, like video game history, those do really well as well. Anything that's nice, simple visual editing with an interesting story or concept. Posting business related content is a very small niche, and you're going to struggle to get a lot of views. If I were to recommend somebody start a YouTube channel in the business niche, you should start it with the idea that you want to get leads and clients from it. I want to get clients for AI automation. Okay, yes. So in that case, your audience is going to be limited. So there's nothing that you can do about that because the audience is small and YouTube doesn't really know who to show it to, because YouTube shows the majority of videos to people when it feels like it has broad appeal. So because your videos don't have broad appeal, you're going to get fewer views. But each view is going to be worth more to you because you're getting potential leads for your business. There are a lot of people who get only like a few thousand views a video and have a few thousand subscribers, but make tens of thousands in sales from those videos. Really, don't worry about the videos not getting any views. Trust me. Just be consistent. Post shorts if you can. Those can get you a little bit more exposure for your channel. Focus on one niche and be relentless with that one niche. And yeah, other than that, just consistency. Post for months before you start worrying about it. And besides that, have a really good hook in the video and in the thumbnail. Let me check what your hook is.
Today we're going to be making a resume screener using N10, and we're going to be using no code, and this is going to be a step-by-step process on how you can actually implement it. So when we execute the workflow.
Okay, so it's fine. Like, you're just reinforcing the title, which is okay, but it's not a very interesting hook in terms of like visual or content related. Like, people who are very technical would find it interesting and like straightforward, which is fine, but you're losing a little bit of mass appeal as well by being too direct and too straightforward. You need to be able to explain things in an interesting way and to be able to grab attention. Like, what could you possibly say or show that would grab attention? You'll see that what a lot of business YouTubers do is, if they have something that's not super interesting to talk about at the beginning, they do a lot of editing for the first minute. And that's because the first minute is setting up whether or not people are going to continue to listen to you. So the first minute of your video should be the best, and the last minute of your video should be the second best. Everything in the middle can be a little bit less edit heavy and focus more on the actual content. But the introduction has to be a hook that sets up the content in the middle, and then the last minute needs to reinforce that what they watched was good. So it needs to be very interesting as well. But the thumbnail is good. You have the right idea with that at least. But like I said, just think about what would grab your attention. If you were scrolling through Instagram or YouTube in this case, if you're scrolling through YouTube, what video grabs your attention? You know, what do you find interesting? Like, you can even just go through your recommended YouTube feed and just test it on yourself. Go through your recommended videos. Which ones grab your attention? Which ones do you actually want to watch, and why? And then think about, okay, how can I apply the same logic to my videos? Hey, David, football, 15 or 17 days, 15. Pinch the skin on your elbow as hard as you can. I bet you won't feel anything. Yeah, I know. The skin there is kind of dead. We don't have nerves in the skin on our elbow knees, otherwise when we bend them it would hurt. That makes sense. Makes sense. I do feel something still, but like it's not really painful. But I imagine if you poked it with a needle, it'd probably still hurt. We definitely have nerves there. It's just not a lot. What AI automation? You should join Discord. He might be in the Discord. I can't remember. N8N was a pain in the ass to understand, and my free sub ended before I could make an AI. Use make.com. It's free. Up to like a certain amount of credits. N8N is more powerful, I think, and it's a little more complex too. But I like to use make.com. That's what I use for all of my automation stuff. You should probably private all your playlists. Akshay. I can't. How do you pronounce your name again? Akshay? Akshay? I can't remember. Could you tell me? Did I even ever try to pronounce your name at this point? Like, I feel like even when we talked, I don't think I used your name. I'm in the Discord. I'm not active though. I've been crazy work. I'll let you know if you want to connect anyways. Yeah. What automation you have set up? Just email. I would want an auto stock trader. Yeah. Sure, buddy. What should I do to make thumbnails more? Akshay? Akshay? Akshay. That's it, right? What do you mean make thumbnails more? Like more interesting? I would say your thumbnails look really good. Personally, what I would change is I would make your face come further to the front. So you're a bit too far away, in my opinion. Your face is hard to see. You'll see that the majority, you know who's a really good person to study for this? Mr. Beast. You should study his thumbnails. It seems like the majority of the time, for most thumbnails, you want your face to take up at least like 25 to 30% of the space on the entire thumbnail. So bring yourself forward more so people can see you more clearly. The other thing, what did you make this with? Hold on. The computer looks a bit low quality. How did you export this and make this? I'm curious. Did you use AI for this? Or did you make it yourself? Maybe you're not using the right resolution. I think on YouTube they recommend 720p for thumbnails. This I just whipped up using Canva in like 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, for 5 to 10 minutes, it's a fucking solid thumbnail. So, but yeah, bring your face up further, up closer. Make sure that whatever canvas you're using in Canva is set to the correct dimensions. I'm assuming what happened is you probably selected one of the presets which had kind of a low resolution. So when you exported and uploaded, it doesn't look as detailed as it should. So make sure that you have set up like a custom dimensions on it so you could increase the quality of it. Besides that, no code with template. That's a good sub headline, I think. Resume screener, I think, is a little uninteresting as a hook. It's exact dimensions you. Okay, well, I don't know then why. Maybe it's because I'm zooming in on it that I'm just like being too judgmental. I'm zooming in my browser, so it could just be that. But yeah, bring yourself closer to the front. And I would say replace resume screener with something more interesting. Like resume screener is a very simple way to explain what you're trying to do easily. But to most people, I just don't think it would be that interesting of a concept. Automated hiring is way more interesting. Like if you said, instead of saying resume screener, no code with template, if you said how I automated hiring in 5 minutes, I think that would be way more interesting text to have on the thumbnail, personally. But the styling is good. I think the thumbnail looks professional, looks solid. I just think the text needs to be more interesting, like what I just said, and you should bring yourself closer so your head is taking up most of that space and less of your body. I couldn't sleep, so I'm back. Okay, welcome back. Why couldn't you sleep? Nice idea, but there's been a talk a while back about Congress being prohibited from trading securities. What do you mean? Yeah, sure, buddy. All you need is a Raspberry Pi. You're obsessed with Raspberry Pis. Everything for you is a Raspberry Pi. Follow politician stock choices. Okay, that's what he's talking about. Let's have a vote here. What's better, resume screener or I automated hiring? I mean, do you think that most people would know what resume screener means? Like, again, it's kind of like using jargon. It's like if I said, let me think of an example. It's like if I said email marketing template compared to how I got 10 clients from emails. Don't you think that's more interesting? It's kind of the same concept here. Resume screener just summarizes it, but I don't think it grabs attention. I think saying automated hiring in 5 minutes, or how I got X clients with this, or how I made this easy, something like that is more interesting than resume screener. And you can look and do some research on other people's thumbnails, and you're gonna see like in and around what I'm saying. They're gonna say it's so easy, or automated this, or how I got X clients in Y days, or how to do this in X minutes, or you know, how to get rich on easy mode, something like that. You're gonna see that because that's what works. Same concept here. But yeah, I don't know how to run a poll on YouTube, so sorry. So easy to get things made with Raspberry Pi. It comes with so much. I genuinely don't even know how to use it. How old are you? I am 13. I'm 14 actually. Yes. You might not believe me, but I'm in fact 14. I've been on crazy schedule, so I couldn't do much research on this, but I understand your point, so research more. Yeah, you just take a look. Like, look at all the biggest YouTubers in the niche that you want to be like, and look at their thumbnails, and you're gonna see recurring themes. But the thumbnail looks professional to me, so like at least the styling is good, the design is good. It looks perfectly fine. And for the photo, just take another photo if it's low quality, or use an upscaler. AI upscaler. There's probably some which can improve the quality of this image. Use sign up and use Nano Banana. Just I don't know if it can upscale images, but it probably can. That thing can do fucking anything. Insane piece of tech. Mainly focusing on like Nate Hurd, Nick's, like my main competitor guys. Yeah, but you should just look at what the top people in the general industry are doing, because they have perfected the formula. If you want to grab the most amount of eyeballs possible, then they know how to do it best, in my opinion. Learn from the best. Man, I gave my profile picture to Nano Banana to change my outfit, to change my face. Maybe your prompt was shit. I made a profile picture from it really easily with for my other channel, and it looked pretty damn cool. It didn't change me at all. It just changed my background like I wanted it to. So I'd be curious as to why. Give the same exact prompt to GPT and Nano Banana. Okay, what was the prompt? You gotta let us know now. Some Indian racist shit or something. Yeah. Your face was the outfit because you're Indian. Why is YouTube censoring the word racist? That's crazy. But yeah, man, just be consistent. That's all. Be consistent and do a little better every day. That's all you can do. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. How many videos do you think I should do in a week? Well, it depends on what your main goal is. You still have your business to run. So if your business is the most important thing, then I don't know how much time you have. Ideally, if you want to grow as fast as possible, once a day. So 7 times a week. The more the better. Up to 1 day a week. I think some people even recommend 2 a day. So I would say personal recommendation is 1 a day. As long as it's like good. And every time you improve a little bit. But if you can't, then as much as you possibly can in a week. How was your day? It was fine. Didn't really do as much as I wanted to today, which is bad, but I'm okay. Had some ups, had some downs, you know. But overall, it's good. What about you? Fine, mix of fun and fine. No, just a weird pronunciation of fine. Put on headphones and gets a dev bump burp right in the ear. Did I burp? I didn't even notice. I just let him rip, man. I used to, when I was younger, I used to not burp at all. I would always hold it in. So I got to a point where like I just would never do it. But then one day I was like, you know what? I literally never burp. I want to see what it feels like. So when it happened, I just let it rip. And I was like, damn, that feels good. And then since then, I just kind of been doing it. And it's like a habit now. 2 weeks, mate. You want me to bring clients for you? Where are you going to get them? All I know is never trust a fart. I don't fart much. 500 pair minimum is what you charge, right? It depends for what. Like, how do I say this? I would never say, like, to pitch something paid up front. I would just say, hey, do you need, like, X or Y? So, like, do you want help with your marketing funnel? Do you want to improve your marketing results? Do you want to, like, a free landing page? Something for free we gotta have to give away rather than pitching the service. So whatever you can get that somebody would need regarding marketing, whether a free, you know, strategy call, growth consultation, free landing page for their website, an overview of their Facebook or Google Ads account, something like that. If you can get people interested in that, then sure, I would take them, and then try to give them the free thing, and then if they like me, upsell them. Or, well, not upsell, but pitch my actual offer. How's your CPL going? CPL right now is around 20 euro. New creatives working out? Yeah, I launched a new one today. It's doing okay. As in, like, it only got a few impressions, so I have no idea so far. The one time you trust the far is the last time you shit your pants. Would you make your live thumbnail Photoshop? Yeah. I didn't put like too much effort into it, but yeah. Why is it that you say for free, or these question where you're like, do you want with something? I don't think this works really that well. It does. Do you know what the Hershey's Kiss experiment is? If not, I will tell you right now. I want to actually look up exactly what the figures were from that. It was either 7 times or 9 times. I think it was 9 times. Okay. So somebody ran an experiment with Hershey's Kisses, which is basically little pieces of chocolate, right? And they were running an experiment outside on the street. So they had 2 different things that were running. One that was giving away the Hershey's Kisses for 1 cent each, and the other one that was giving them away for free. Now, here are the results, and these are incredible results. The one that was free was 9 times more likely to be taken. So when you look at this in terms of a business, charging something compared to charging nothing to get somebody interested, to get a lead in the door, it's 9 times more effective to advertise with the free thing. That's why lead magnets are such a big concept in marketing. Because offering something for free not only reduces the barrier to entry really easily, so it gets more people interested in whatever you're selling, but it builds a lot of trust, it builds a lot of authority, it reduces a lot of the skepticism. And when you give something away for free, it builds a lot of rapport and reciprocity with the person as well. And at that point, it's so much easier to pitch them a paid service. Because if they like you, they like the value you're giving for free, they would think that you're genuine, they're very helpful. So at that point, if they like that and they need the problem solved, which if they didn't need the problem solved, they wouldn't have reached out to you in the first place. If they want it solved, why would they not work with you at that point? That's the whole idea. You offer the free work, you help them a little bit for free, you have your paid thing, which is way, way better than the free thing. And then when you help them and they're like, oh, well, I trust this guy, I like this guy now, I still need like these problems solved. Well, then you're right there and you can make your pitch and it's way more likely to work out. Yeah, I know you repurpose it every day, just change numbers, that's smart. Yeah, like it's not super interesting, but yeah. It works for the purpose I need it for. Do a little research about the company, personally reach out to them, tell them that there are shortcomings you have, teaching them how these are wasting resources, losing a lot. Saying the shortcomings of what they're losing a lot, which is they don't. That's something you do for free and you show them, teach them in a very genuine, compassionate way. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same. That's the same thing. That's just another form of a lead magnet. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people come in and they want some kind of help for free, like whether it's an overview of their ad account or a free landing page, which wouldn't take a lot of time to make, it's basically, this concept is called a decoy offer. You offer some form of help for free, which is a very small portion of the thing you sell. So let's say I have my premium thing, which has 10 times more value than the free thing. So you get somebody in with the free thing, you give them the free thing, which wouldn't take a lot of work for you, and it would still help them out in some way to build that trust. And then you're like, hey, I have this other thing, which is way, way better than the free thing. Do you want this instead? That's the idea. Speaking of which, let me check my emails real quick. I hate that a lot of people don't work on the weekends. It's so annoying for me. Because I can't send certain emails during the weekends because a lot of people just wouldn't answer them. This woman keeps checking the email that I sent in terms of like the Google Ads stuff from yesterday. I was going to look over her account. But she hasn't given me access. Like, we had this whole conversation. I'm like, hey, do you want me to take a look at your ad account? I can send you a guide just of how to give me access. Just let me know. And she's like, yeah, thank you. I sent her the guide. And then she just hasn't answered. She opened the email like 3 times. It's 3 separate times, but just has not answered. So I don't know, man. People are unhinged sometimes. Anyway, oh, let's see what else. For the problem you have to solve, first thing before pitching them, you have to gain trust by genuinely explaining their problem without even making them feel like your purpose of all is to sell something. If your response is welcome, you could probably pitch them a service. Yeah, but that's the same thing that the free thing just gets the leads in. It gets the people interested. It's much easier to get people in when you're like, hey, do you want some free help? Instead of, hey, do you want this service to fix your problem? It's still easier because it's free and it's easy to accept something for free. It's just to get leads. Hello, chilled. Child? Chilled or child? Dave Vlogs. Elaborate. Well, actually, wrong word. Clarify. Chilled or child? Which word is that supposed to be? I should make some reels again, man. It's been a while. I have to do good research on company. Like, you first have to understand what you are solving and then reach out to companies that might have more chances of having this problem. I've already done that. The thing that I'm like, you can't know internally what somebody is struggling with. Doesn't matter what kind of research that you do, unless they're like running ads. But if I have a business that I find and I see that they're not running ads, like what other research am I supposed to do? There's nothing I can do. I pick a niche, which is like home services, for example. And then I'm like, okay, a lot of home services and contractors rely on referrals. So there's the main problem. And I'll just assume they're all struggling with that. Oh, excuse me. Don't know if the mic picked that up this time. So then why it's not working? Not enough time and budget. I think it will work eventually. Just need some more patience. You should be more aggressive. Yeah, I mean, I haven't worked enough the last like week. I've been really struggling recently with like personal stuff. So it's been kind of rough the last it's been more like a couple of weeks at this point. Unfortunately. But yeah, I need to work more. I need to make more ads, more reels, and on Monday I'm gonna try to send out a re-engagement email to every lead that I have. I have some leads which keep like submitting the form multiple times. So it's like they're interested, but then they're not answering. So I think I just need to email them personally. I need to call some of them and ask if they're interested. Talk to more people. It's the weekend now, which is kind of shit. People aren't answering, so I'm going to send it all on Monday. And we'll see how many people re-engage after that. Do you pinky promise you'll show up at your chosen time? I saw this on your form submitted. It's very unprofessional, makes it look childish. I completely disagree. I think that the culture of the people that you sell to is really important. Like maybe it would be seen like unprofessional in some places, but I think that having a little bit of humor as a marketing company makes you stand out from your competition. But that's like you know, that's more of an opinion thing. A lot of the people that are big in the marketing space do something similar. Because it's supposed to like people are tired of professionalism. We've entered an era where if every single person comes across as professional and serious, it's just boring. Especially if they're like showing up in your feed as ads because everybody is the same. But if you do something like a little silly or a little funny, the whole point is like it makes somebody giggle and they'd be like, you know, somebody would be going through the form and like, oh, filling out this form. It's like, oh, do you pinky promise to show up? It's like, you know, funny. It'll just make them a little happier. So it's really more of like a personal opinion thing. Like I don't have statistics to back this up, but from my research, I saw that some big people in the marketing space are doing something like that, and I think it's a good idea. I agree the humor part you should do on live sales call where you're aligning people with vision, but when it comes to documentation or form submitting, the point where you want the person to be serious and come on call, you don't have to use humor. It makes them feel like this is naive. I don't think so, because they can tell from everything else that it is professional. Not just on the first impression, bro. What the hell are you doing? Look, again, this is just a personal opinion thing. I think that it depends on your culture. Like I said, a lot of people that are big in the marketing space do something similar. And secondly, as soon as they fill up the form, they get the email, they get the call right away. I called them immediately, yeah. As soon as I see that they have the thing. I actually need to make sure, I bought a phone number, or I had a friend give me a phone number. I need to make sure that it's working because I wasn't able to call people from the US, Canada, and the UK. I could only call people from Ireland, which is a big problem. So I need to make sure that that number is working so I could call them with it. Yeah, I have access to it like now as well. I got access yesterday. I just need to make sure that it's working. I'll put that on my to-do list to do tomorrow because it's important. If you're calling people right away, if they submit the form, the call, you can figure out how serious they are, but don't put in the form submission. This thing makes you look weird, bro. Like, to be honest, like Gen Z kind of feeling. I don't agree. Like, agree to disagree, but like I said, I did some research. People that are really big in the marketing space are doing something similar. And also, does that form have that question as well? Because I can't remember if I updated it on all forms. I don't know which one you saw. Because not all of my forms have that. I think the one that's running the ads right now doesn't have it. So let me double check. It's this one, I think. Yeah, it doesn't even have it. So you don't know what you're talking about. The form that's connected to the ads doesn't have it. The question can be answered immediately because you call them. You say call them right away, so the question can be answered right away. Why do you have to mention in the form submission? Well, it's for the. It's if you don't get to call them. But like I said, the ad isn't even. It doesn't have that question. The one that's connected to the ad form. The one that you probably saw is the one that's connected to my social media, where it has but that's not the one that's connected to my ad form. I have a separate landing page for that with a separate calendar. The one that you're looking at is not that. The one that you're looking at is the one connected to my social media, which is people that are coming from my social profile, which most of the time are going to be people who know me and know my personality, and it would make sense for a question like that to be there. Because if you're somebody who watches me and you see my sense of humor and you see the reels that I post and stuff like that, then it makes perfect sense for something like that to be there. Ah, yes, being humorless, the honored pastime of making friends, acquaintances, and business partners. Yeah. I think that it's good to be more friendly and funny nowadays compared to before. Because the skepticism is rising online, and for a marketing company to be funny, I think makes a lot of sense because a lot of people think that the funnier ads are the good ones from a layman's perspective. See, if someone who's careless, who's not serious, they'll have to be serious and careful if they submit your form. You have to seriousness from the inside, and that is something serious. I don't think it's serious at all. Marketing is like a fun thing. It's meant to be fun. It's all about design and like, look, you can look, I don't know how much you know about marketing, but you can go do some of your own research. A lot of them are even more like unprofessional than what I have. They're more outlandish. Their design is very obscure, very colorful. Like, I think marketing companies in general have that stigma of just being a bit quirky. I don't. Like, that's literally the only question that I have, and it's for something which is not even really giving me clients right now and is unlikely to give me clients. Is BTB, remembers BTB. So you think that business owners are just not funny? Like, they don't think, they don't laugh, they don't scroll Instagram, they don't look at memes. I don't know what kind of notion you have of business owners, but they're just humans like everybody else. They like to laugh and they like to watch things they enjoy. I don't know what kind of people you've been talking to, but people I've been talking to are just chill, normal human beings. You don't have to be funny in the first impression. Literally sounds like you're childish, naive, and you're unprofessional. That's your opinion. I disagree. That's your opinion. I wouldn't want to work with somebody who's so serious all the time because I think a lot of people are getting into that mindset as well, that if people are too serious and too professional, that they're just trying to take your money and that's all they care about. But if you're friendly and open and honest, like, you can't change my personality, you know? I'm just like this. It doesn't have to be serious. Business is not fun. Well, but that's a you problem if you think that. I think business can be fun, and if I take it as a fun thing, then it must mean that it's easy for me. Like that's the notion that I would get. Like if I'm talking to somebody about a serious topic, and like, yeah, no problem. Like, oh, this is all chill, whatever else. Look at even somebody like Alex Hormozy. He is so chill and calm, and you know, tells jokes all the time about business. He's doing pretty well. This guy sounds like serious this, serious this. Give me serious now, seriously, yeah. Are you a marketer or a mortician? Yeah. You can be funny once you deliver them results and they're cool with you, but if they don't know you and they're like, okay, I want this kind of help, you don't have to make that. It puts a naive impression. I'm saying that you should not be funny when it comes to first impression. You have to be professional, you have to be serious. I just don't agree. Like you can say that. We can have differing opinions on that. That's fine. I don't think it's an issue. Like I said, I made that decision based on research I saw from very successful individuals in the marketing space. So if they're doing it in their own funnels and their own ads, then I'm guessing it's because it works well. You get what I mean? I didn't make that up. I stole it. As any good marketer will do. Okay, what you can do if you really want to prove me wrong is go contact some marketing agencies who are doing the exact same thing and tell them that, hey, this is unprofessional and this is shit, and see if they change it. Then you'll have definitive proof. I can give you a couple examples as well if you want. I have two in my mind actually. Perspective Funnels do that, and King Kong Media do that. And they're doing very well. I'm going to turn off my AC. Give me a second. And like I said, my ads currently don't have that. So, because I'm trying to ask like very few questions on my forums right now. Burp. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm tired. I've been streaming longer than I expected to. Put that number thing on my to-do list. I keep getting a lot of leads during the night because so many of them come from like Canada and the US. It's kind of annoying. Don't you want people to be serious when they're filling up the form? I should know that if they are filling up the form, they'll have to appear for the call. But the call that they're booking in for is for a few days down the line, so who cares? If I can leave them a good impression before that, then it's what's the problem? The booking is not to get a call immediately. The booking is to schedule a call in the future. Seriously, lol. I really think you're overestimating that. What's the percentage commission for client acquisition? I don't take a percentage. I charge a one-time fee. Oh, if I get one client for you. Depends what the client pays. if I can sell them my main service for 1,000, so either my main service is 6K, or I can split it up over a number of months, and my management fee, which is the other part of the service, is 1K. So if I got a client from you on one of those, then I give you 40%. I think that's more than fair. Hey, Debris, I'll just tuned in. What's the play? Play for what? What's up? Better father. Better father? I need to see your channel. Better father podcast. What was the idea behind that? Did you make videos or, well, no, you've got no subs, so you probably didn't. Later, do a good stream. See ya, Lebek. What are you building? Digital marketing agency. 40%. Yeah, it's high. What's the production cost? My margins are really good. So I wouldn't have a lot to spend on the actual client's campaigns. So, no, I'm being honest. I give you 40%. So I don't have like a detailed overview of exactly how much it would cost me, but 1,000 a month retainer, I would probably have like 90 to 95% of that would be net profit. So I would make on $1,000 sale, I would make about $900, and I would give you 400. See ya, Elebek. No body's better than my dad. Bye, Elebek. 10% production cost. Ish. 5 to 10%. So my net profit would be about 90 to 95%. So I'll give you 40% of the revenue. So if we make $1,000 sale, you get 400. Because I'm doing all of the work myself, so my net margins are really good. Once I would have employees and I factor in the amount of time it's actually costing me to do everything, then obviously it like if I factored in the amount of time it costs me to do everything, then it would obviously be different. But because I'm doing everything myself, my net profit is really good. Don't have a lot to pay. And a lot of the services I have are like prepaid and stuff, so it's not a big deal. Giving too much in net profits while you're not getting clients. No, I'm your services are way too expensive. It's not. They're not too expensive, no. The reason the net profit is good is because I'm doing everything in the service myself. I make and script and record the ads. I run the Facebook ad campaigns myself. I build the landing pages myself, and I do the email marketing myself. So the margins are good because I don't have a lot of costs. There's not a lot of expenses. What's the time frame for the service to be delivered? 10 days. And the guarantee is that they will get... it's just a satisfaction guarantee. If they're not getting clients and leads from the service, then they get a refund. They have 30 days to refund it. We signed a client yet? Not yet. But we're getting there. 10 appointments in 30 days. Yeah. But we launched the system in 10 days. And they would get around at least 10 appointments by day 30. Yeah, that's the plan. They also have to pay for ads themselves, which is it depends on what niche they're in, how much that would cost. That gets paid directly to Facebook, not to me. Creating the system in 10 days, remaining 20 days the system runs. Yeah, Well, the 10 days is just for the guarantee because I have a speed guarantee. And the what am I trying to say? Yeah, but I could probably get it done faster. 6,000 excluding paid ads. Yes. Create website for them too. Yes. And the thing is, the 6,000 I'm good to spread out over a few months if they can't pay up front. So the reason is different is because I don't charge a retainer. So it's for a complete system. That's how it's being pitched as. So they get the benefit of getting to keep everything. Because I did some research online on other marketing agencies, and I saw that a lot of them who build websites, who run campaigns, etc., don't let the client keep everything. So the whole point of my thing is that you pay a one-time fee. You're not stuck on a retainer. You're not stuck on a contract. You get a satisfaction guarantee, and you get to keep everything yourself. And then by the end of the 30 days, I would pitch an upsell for a management fee. Because once I build everything, I will teach them how to use it. But if they don't have time to use it, I would pitch them the management fee. So all the leads the company will be getting will be their property. Yeah, all the leads, the websites, the campaigns, everything, all the data that they're getting will be theirs to keep. Yes. And I'm okay with, like I said, if they can't pay the 6,000 up front, I'm good to spread it out over, like, I'd say, you want to pay half now, half later, or if they still can't do it, I'd say do 2,000 for 3 months. If they still can't do it, do 1,000 for 6 months. And the reason it costs that much is because when you consider how much they're going to be getting out of it, because it's a complete system. So if they use it and run it, and once it's effectively going, they should be able, let's say conservatively, even if they get one client a month. And because I'm targeting home service businesses where their products are like between 5 and 20,000 or sometimes even more. So if they use the system and get even one client at 10,000 a month, for 12 months, that's 120,000 that they make in a year of revenue, and all they paid is 6,000. So they get a lot out of it. $6,000 package, 10 days, it will create the system. After 10 days, will run, and within 30 days, it'll get, with 20, they get 10 appointments. Yes. Yes. And I said I have 2 guarantees. One, if they don't get the results that we promise, we'll keep working for free until they do get the results. So we'll keep refining the system. And for the rest of it, we also just have a satisfaction guarantee. You're really sure they make that much amount of money? Have it, you research really well, they make this much money, and they don't have marketing? Is that really a thing? Yeah, well, because how do you think home service businesses work? Like, if you're a landscaper and you do a good landscaping project, how much do you think that costs? It's like between 2 and 20,000 euro. I worked at a construction company where they did home renovations. They were improving the energy efficiency of homes. I worked as an accountant there. I had the direct data to support it. They were spending about 1,000 a month on ads, and they were getting returns of like hundreds of thousands. They were having insane returns on that because each of their projects is worth so much. That's how home service businesses work. Some of them obviously depends on the service. Like some of them are going to be doing something like lawn care or patio or something like that. And they would charge less, but yeah. Why did they need you then? Because most companies are not running ads and they don't know how to run ads. A lot of home service businesses like landscapers, patio installers, electricians, plumbers, roofers, etc. rely on referrals, which are inconsistent. Especially a lot of people who work in fairly small companies that are startups and they're like contractors and stuff. Sometimes they can struggle to get jobs. And if they want to scale, they would really struggle. Said they pay 1,000 for digital marketing, they make 20, 30,000, they get a lot of revenue, and you sell it yourself right now, bro. What's going on? What? I said that the company I worked for, they had an internal marketing team that was running the ads for them. Like they hired a marketing department. And they were a big company. They're not like contractors, which is mainly who I'm targeting. What are you trying to do? Build a digital marketing agency. Marketing department is a huge thing compared to you. Yeah. But like I said, they were a massive company. I'm not targeting huge construction companies who are, you know, charging 50, 60 grand per project. They made more than that. But that's not who I'm targeting. I'm targeting smaller guys like that are charging like between 2 and 20K per project. That don't know how to run ads and to build the full, you know, system. They don't know how to build websites. They don't know how to do ads. They rely mainly on referrals, calling around, trying to, you know, improve their SEO and stuff. They don't know how to build landing pages and run ads and do email marketing. They don't know business principles like speed to lead, like responding to leads very fast and whatever else. So like a lot of those things make a massive difference. People might have contacted them. What makes you think that in this modern world they're still living in the cave? What do you mean? Like, yeah, sometimes people would contact them, but how are they going to contact them if they don't know they exist? A lot of contractors don't even do like any organic content. A lot of them don't even have a website, and if they have a website, the website is shit. Like, yeah, they will get some, but it's inconsistent. That's the whole point. It's inconsistent, or they get shitty clients, or they have off seasons, or they want to scale and they're struggling to get more, struggling to keep their calendars full and don't know how, stuff like that. There's plenty of people with those problems. What flavor frosting your cake got? What do you mean? I thought you had to go. Why are you here? Once you guarantee 10 appointments 30 days, right? And if you fail, you fulfill your guarantee, you'll return your money. Yes. I have 2 guarantees. The first one is we'll keep working for free until they get the result. So I would pitch them that first if we're in the process of it. But if they're not happy and they're like, no, I really don't want to keep doing this, whatever, just send me my money back, I'd be like, okay, sure. I think you should create packages for the services that you provide. Like, what are you going to provide them in $500, $1,000, or $6,000? I do have packages of what I provide in the services. I have the main service for 6,000, which, like I said, I'm willing to split it up. I have a whole downsell process. It will do it for you for free because I'll make it. No, I'm not gonna do the full service for free. That's not the point. The point of it is I would do a very small part of the service for free. I would do maybe help them set up their Facebook ad campaign, or maybe help them build a landing page for free, or give them an analysis of their Facebook account if they're running ads already, something like that. It'd be a small portion of the premium thing for free. It's not the full thing. The full thing is paid, but they would get a small sort of thing to get help with. Yeah, I know the installment plan strategy. Yeah, exactly. Like there's, and then if they get to the bottom one, I have 2 things actually. I have the lowest paid tier is, I would say, look, you could do 1,000 upfront to start with, and we could do it for 6 months. But if you're not happy within the first month, you can cancel it and you won't have to pay the rest of the payments. So that's a very low barrier to entry. And if they're still not happy or they're still struggling, whatever, I should be like, look, if you want, we have another service, which is a done with you, not a done for you. We have a free trial that's 2 weeks long that's done with you. So we would teach you what to do and we would help you do it. And then you would be the one doing it. How about that? That's the lowest offer that I have available. I don't really get what you're saying, bro. What's not making sense? Let's say we're going through the pricing right now, me and you. I say 6,000, it's $6,000. You're like, I can't afford that. I'm like, okay. when's your next big inflow of cash? And they're like, okay, next month. Okay. How about we do half now, half later? If you're like, okay, still can't do that. I'm like, how much can you put down today? I don't want to put anything down. Let's say, okay, option one, let's put 1,000 now. I'm like, okay, how about 1,000 now, the rest when you get paid? Done. If they say, I don't have anything to put down today, then I'm like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you actually want this? Just to make sure. If they say anything below a 7, I'd be like, why not a 10? If they say 8 or above, I'd be like, okay, well, don't worry, we're going to make this manageable for you. We're going to figure out a way to get this done. So, how about we could split it up over 3 months at $2,000? And they're like, okay, no, still too much. Like, okay, how about 1,000 for six months? And within the first month, you can cancel. You won't be obligated to pay the rest if you're not happy. If they still say no, I'm like, okay, we have a 2-week trial that's done with you, whatever. The problem with that is that you're talking about 6,000. You're not talking about the service, the feature. No, I'm not talking about. Obviously, there would be a whole pitch that comes before that. I'm not pitching you. I'm just saying when we get to the price objections, when somebody sees the value, wants the product, but the problem is the price, and they think it's too expensive, or they don't have enough money to put down. Obviously, I know that there's a whole thing that comes before that. I'm not an idiot. I can give you my whole pitch right now, if you really want to hear it. And this is going to be the last thing that I'm going to do. Only mention about doing the thing for you for free. Only mention it in the contract, not the first impression on the first call, because it compromises the service deliverability trust. Again, I'm not... In the ads, I'm offering to give them some help for free to get leads in. When they come in and they have leads... when I have some leads, I go in, I'm like, hey, are you here for the free thing? Or do you want this really good paid thing? Are you looking for lasting results? If they say free thing, we give the free thing and then try to sell them later. If they want the premium thing, then we give them our pitch. These are all like principles I have learned from very smart, successful people. This is not shit that I'm making up. Let me give you my full script for my whole sales pitch. So this is if they say, okay, I want the premium thing, the lasting results. They're actually looking for the service. So I say, okay, cool. So it sounds like you're doing, and then I would list a couple positives they named, but you're struggling with this and this, which is holding you back from reaching goal, which is this and this. So can I tell you why I think our system can solve that? They'd be like, yeah, we'll go ahead. I say, cool. So the way it works is first we install a multi-step system that's designed to consistently bring you in leads. So first we'd create an offer for your business that people would feel stupid saying no to. Then we'd run Facebook and Instagram ads that put your business in front of your ideal customers. We'd run your campaigns as well as create and edit your ads. And if we needed footage from you, we'd write all the scripts and give you simple directions. Then we'd build a website that's designed to attract as many of your ideal customers as possible and give them a good reason to give you their contact information. We'd also build out an automated email campaign to continuously contact anyone who hasn't booked in yet, and we'd send them helpful tips, reviews, whatever else, to build trust with them and keep you at the top of their mind so when they're ready to buy, they see you as the best option. And we would also do the appointment setting for you. The whole system is completely done for you. Pretty much all you'd have to do is fill out a short form, give us a full rundown of your business, and take the sales calls we book for you. And occasionally film some stuff with your phone. Once the system goes live, you'll get a predictable flow of leads every month. Now, let's put some numbers on this. Let's say super conservatively, the system brings in just one extra job per month. You told me your typical job is worth around, $5,000. So even on the low end, that's $60,000 in new revenue from, one extra job a month. So your typical job is worth around, let's say, if their job is just, sorry, I messed up a bit. I was thinking of something else. I'll just restart it. Let's be super conservative. Say the system just brings in one extra job per month. You told me your typical job is worth around $5,000. So even on the low end, that's $5,000 in new revenue in the first month alone. You stack that over a year, it's $60,000. So if you had a machine that reliably brought you that kind of money month after month, what would that be worth to you? Would it be worth, $20,000, $30,000 more? Well, good news is it's not 30,000. It's not even 20,000. It's not even 10,000. The investment to have us build a whole system for you. So your ads, your funnel, your automations, all of which you get to keep forever. It's just a one-time fee of $6,000. That is my sales pitch. They don't care about the process. They do to a degree. I keep the process fairly simple and I tie it back to the results that they get, but a lot of people would want to know what is actually going to be done. What's the system you're talking about so that they can say, oh yeah, that makes sense, it's legit. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm listing, I'm explaining what is actually going to be done. Like nobody is going to want to buy something that they don't know what the fuck they're buying. Like I'm the first part of it, I make sure I point out their pain points. Then in the middle, I explain, okay, what actually gets done and why they want that. And then I'm like, I value stack and I'm like, okay, well, this is how much value you would get from it and compare it to the low price in comparison. That's the way it works. Maybe you should go with a subscription service. The whole reason I'm doing the upfront pitch is because it allows me to make the comparison that they get to keep everything and they're not locked into any contracts. And after that, I would upsell them into a subscription service. People who think in terms of investment, if I spend 6,000, how much am I going to make from the 6,000? I mean, I just told you. I said if you bring in even just, I mentioned the whole thing. If you bring in even just one extra job or two extra jobs, whatever it is, $5,000, you know, each job. Let's say it brings in two clients a month, 5,000 each. That's 10,000 a month, which is 120,000 in a year. Most companies that you're targeting don't even know about the thing you're talking about, which would keep things. What is not understandable about what I said? We create an offer for your business. People know what an offer is. We run your Facebook and Instagram ads. People know what advertising is. We create and edit your ads. People know what advertising is. We design a website designed to attract as many of your ideal customers as possible. That makes perfect sense. It's very easy to understand. I don't know what you mean that people don't know this. I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. It's very clear and easy to understand. I've listed it to make sure that they can understand it. I said the whole pitch. I'm not texting it. Your idea is good. Most people devote the smallest amount to marketing. There's a lot of ways you can exploit, but it depends on the client. Yeah, like the reason I'm doing it is because it's kind of just a reframe to allow me to get more money in faster. Because my whole downsell process would basically lead to, if they can't afford it, to $1,000 a month for 6 months. Which just allows me to get a lot of money up front if they accept it up front. And then I would upsell them later, which is like, okay, I'll build a system for you. So typically the way that the companies would work is, oh, you know, $1,000 a month retainer, and we'll do all this, yada, yada. So they get $1,000 a month. The way I'm doing it is like, okay, you don't have to go on a contract. You don't have to pay me a retainer. I'll build the whole thing for you for $6,000. And if they say okay, then that's fine. If they don't say okay, I'm like, how about $1,000 a month for 6 months? Let's say they say okay now. So it gives me the potential to get a lot of money in upfront if they agree to the 6,000. Then after the month is over, because the whole system is like, I'll build it for you. You get to keep everything. We'll teach you how to run it. After the month is over, we've built a lot of rapport. We're getting them good results. They like working with us. So we're like, hey, you know, now's the time where we're going to transfer everything. You want to keep everything, whatever. But, you know, we're getting good results. I want to improve the results even further. I want to keep improving the amount of revenue you get, whatever. You want us to just keep running the system for $1,000 a month. Chances are they're probably going to say yeah, because they're very busy. They don't want to learn how to do all of this shit. So it's essentially just the same service, the same subscription, but I get way more money in. Take the resources of the clients, like their customers' data, as if it's their property. You don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. I list that on my website. I could integrate that as well into the pitch. Like, it's not perfect. It's not 100%, but it's also some stuff that I could like mention at different points. But yeah, like that's part of my offering, is that they get to keep everything, unlike other companies, which I will use in some of my advertising, and that they also get taught how to use the system and maintain it. So. You're right, I forgot. What was that in relation to? I don't know. You're gone now, so. Anyway, hold on. I was talking about this. Most companies that you're actually targeting don't even know about this because it's the first time doing marketing. Brother, anybody in the world knows what advertising is. I don't know what you mean. Like I said in my pitch, I've explained everything in a way that any average person can easily understand. They know what an offer is. They know what advertising is. They know what a website is. I've explained everything very clearly and easily. And then I also explained why they want it. So we build a website that'll attract a lot of customers. Or we run your campaigns to put your advertisements in front of people that want to buy your service. It doesn't get easier than that. If they know what advertisement is, why do they need you? Why are you better than other competitors? If they know they can know what advertising is, but not know how to do it. Does that not make sense to you? Or not have time to do it? Hey, Ahmed, what's up? And why are you better than competitors? A few reasons. So first of all, we build the full system. You don't have to go on a contract. There's no retainers. We have a speed guarantee. The system gets launched in 10 days, or you get a 10% or 20% refund. Can't remember which one it was. On top of that, you also get, yes, you get taught how to use the system. You get education. You get access to a bunch of templates and scripts. You get all sorts of closing tips and sales tips. You get 2 guarantees. We either work for free until you get results you want, or you get your money back. Powerful guarantees. Those make you stand out. We have a lot of stuff that's very different from most people. Yes, that makes stand out from competitors, yes. Almost nobody pitches a complete system without contracts and retainers. And guarantees. Don't verbally commit that to any person you're on a call, and you mention that in a contract. Which part? Like the additional services and bonuses, I think is good to mention. Because it's a lot of shit. And the guarantee, people want to know the safety. The ifs and buts. Well, yeah, I don't give ifs and buts. I'm just giving them everything that they get. All of the value that they get. How much it's going to give them. What they're receiving. What the guarantee is. All the important parts. Anyway, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Good night. You just say if you don't get clients, you're going to work for free. How can you say right now that I don't see ifs? What? That's the guarantee. You'll get 10 or more high quality appointments in 30 days, or we work for free. That's the guarantee. That's the structure of the guarantee. And if you're still not happy with the results, you get your money back. I can't explain that any easier. That's the guarantee. You're getting too caught up on the word if. I wouldn't say if it doesn't work. I would just say you'll get this or we work for free. Be very pedantic about the whole thing. I'm explaining it casually. You're not trying to understand what I'm telling you. Don't say that on the call. How would that have a bad impression? If somebody is trying to buy a service, if somebody's trying to buy a service, no, I completely disagree with you to put that in the contract. That's insane. If somebody's trying to buy a service from you and they're lacking in trust, because most people will lack in trust, a lot of people are skeptical. The way that you dissuade the trust is by giving them a guarantee. How else would you convince them to trust you if they don't trust you? Guarantees are the single most powerful thing to get customers to convert. Because then they have no risk. I'm eliminating the risk. It is an extremely important thing to mention. I think a big problem you're having with your pitch is you're giving them too much work to do. I'm not. The only thing that I said that they have to do, fill out a short form and take the sales calls. How am I giving them too much work? And then I said occasionally you got to film some stuff. If you want. I mean, if they don't want to do that, we could hire somebody to film the stuff for them. But that's just because we're an online agency. We can't go and film the stuff for them. But the main two things is fill out a short form and take the sales calls. How is that too much work? That's something they'd be doing already anyway, the sales calls. Building them a system, which is great, but at the end of it, you're telling them you got to train them. No. I'm not saying I have to train them on a bunch of stuff. That's not going to be in my pitch. I'm going to say that they get the full system, whatever else. And if they ask me how they're going to run it, I'll be like, I'll teach you how to run it easily for 15 minutes. And if they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do it myself, I'll be like, okay, well, we have a retainer option, which you can have us manage it. All of the other stuff that I'm saying, they're all bonuses. They don't have to use them. And I'm probably not going to mention some of them. I don't want this to be like a teaching thing. It's more of like you get the system, you learn how to run it very easily. If you don't want to do that, you have the option to pay a retainer. But it might not even come up in the conversation. Yeah, no, it does lead with that. I mentioned a few times that it's a completely done for you system. And I said all they have to do is just fill out a short form to give us a rundown of their business and then take the sales calls. Yeah, that's what they get. We do the appointment setting. Yes. Totally agree with that guy. Yeah, I do as well. That's what's happening. 70% sales commission. You're terrible at negotiating. That is ludicrous. You will never get that anywhere. 70% for not doing any work except contacting somebody is insane. No. But yeah, Eric, that is what they're getting. Like that's the main thing. They're just getting hot leads that they're ready to close on. Anyway, I know I said this a few times already, but now I mean it. I'm leaving now. Bye. Have a good night or evening or afternoon, morning, whatever. It depends where you're from. See some of you tomorrow.